Psychology text is not beach time reading. We have found that these are the most dense texts that we produce at Globalyceum, and therefore probably the most difficult for students to read. So first, I conclude that it is probably more important for college psychology professors to assign a steady but judicious amount of reading for students each week, probably no more than 12 to 16 pages of this dense reading. We have made each reading in Globalyceum about 4 pages of paper text. Here's reading, notice another reading, and another reading. This would be about 12 pages. Second, the conceptual load in psychology, just the terminology to access the concepts, is considerable, and the terminology is key as the concepts are often contained in the lexicon of psychology. So it is vital to make sure that you have an assessment plan for read study of key term lists. That is, teaching students to read for a focus on the key terminology. In Globalyceum, students are helped by the fact that there are 3 key terms lists in each reading, which breaks the read study down into manageable parts. And as our advisory to students explains at the beginning of the reading, the questions in our banks are linked one-to-one to these key terms. Understand the key terms, and you can ace the test. Now, there are a few assessment strategies you can employ with Globalyceum. First, you can simply assign separate multiple-choice true-false quizzes for each reading, such as here, here, and here. This may be the best plan for student success, as an assessment that covers too much reading at one sitting can discourage students. However, because of the density of the psychology terminology, there are a couple of more in-depth ways to test students' knowledge of the terms. For example, you come over here and go into the Take Notes pad, scoot this thing around, and the students take down the key term, put it over here into the notepad, and then as they're reading, they go and they essentially put in a sentence or a phrase that explains the key term. They then go and copy-paste this over to the take-home quiz that you provide. And submit it to you. The students in this case are copy-pasting into a short answer quiz window that you create in Activities Resources over here. As you can see, I've created one here, which you drag and drop over into here. And this takes the place of a multiple-choice true-false quiz. These take-home quizzes do not have to be tedious to grade. In the Easy Grader, which is denoted by this check mark, you can go ahead and peruse all of the students in your class who have taken this quiz. Here's Miss Abbott, who seems to have done a nice job. Then we go to Jane Baker, and we're looking for students who do a less effective job. In this case, she's not done a good job, so we'll say give her 12 points. Go down here, submit to gradebook. And then we check out the other students. We see that they're all doing a pretty good job. Now, I go to gradebook, and I can see that Ms. Baker has had her points in there, but the other students who have participated in this exam, I'm going to go to the points icon. I'm going to replace points. I'm going to say give 24 points, and I'm going to indicate participating students who are ungraded, okay? So I will click that one, and I'll do an OK. And here you can see all the students who have done it properly are noted the 24 points. The students who've done it but not effectively are the 12 points, and the students who have not done it remain as a dash in the gradebook until you decide to put zeros on all of those students, okay? So what we have here is a very effective system for doing real quick grading. We have some professors who do this take-home exam the first couple of weeks of class and then move over onto multiple-choice true-false quizzes for the rest of the semester. They return to assigning the take-home if they feel students are not doing a good job on the objective quizzes, sort of playing a guessing game instead of studying. There is a third option with more writing, and that is using the section or chapter focus questions in conjunction with these key terms. Here the professor assigns either the chapter or the section question and instructs students to write a paragraph in response using at least 30% of the key terms. Here's an example of such a paragraph below with several of the key terms highlighted. Again, grade quickly, as noted with the take-home exam. This also can be done on a periodic basis to encourage read study. For the reading of dense psychology text, it is very important to move students into a focused read study frame of mind.